You ever get the feeling that something just doesn't sit right, but you can't quite put your finger on it? That's the energy surrounding Meghan Markle right now. Because while she's preparing to receive a prestigious-sounding award from the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles, the internet, the media, and even museum insiders are side-eyeing the whole affair. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Because stories like this, the ones that peel back the polished surface and reveal the chaos underneath, are exactly what we cover. Now, let's talk facts. Meghan isn't getting just any award. She's the guest of honor at the upcoming Night of Wonder Gala, a black tie affair with tickets running anywhere from $500 a seat to $250,000 for a full sponsorship table. That's right, $250,000 to rub elbows with Hollywood elites under the banner of advocacy, empowerment, and natural history? Yep, that's where it gets strange. Because while the museum claims she's being recognized for her work with women and underserved communities, a lot of people are asking, what work exactly? This isn't just Twitter trolls making noise. It's donors, journalists, comedians, and even museum insiders who are raising their eyebrows. The loudest voice? Jon Stewart. On national television, Stewart roasted the entire event, calling it a participation trophy for celebrity activism. He didn't hold back, said it was like giving someone a standing ovation just for showing up. The crowd laughed. Social media exploded. And just like that, what was supposed to be a shining moment for Meghan turned into an international punchline, and here's where it really starts to unravel. Because this isn't a one-off. This gala, this award, it's just the latest in a string of honors Meghan and Harry have collected since stepping down as royals. Humanitarian awards, most influential lists, headliner spots at global conferences. But when you scratch the surface, the pattern emerges. Big names, vague contributions, little follow-through. Their foundation, still searching for a flagship success. Spotify and Netflix deals, full of promise, short on delivery, a lot of buzzwords, not a lot of results. Even the museum's involvement is raising red flags. Critics within the academic and donor community are questioning how a scientific institution that once celebrated research and discovery is now handing out awards to lifestyle influencers. What happened to the days when the Natural History Museum spotlighted scientists, educators, and innovators? When did it become a red carpet venue for curated Instagram aesthetics? Let's not forget the broader backlash. Social media hasn't been kind. People are tearing apart every detail. The cost of the tickets, the expected speech from Meghan, the fact that this entire event seems divorced from reality. And this criticism isn't just clickbait. It's coming from legitimate cultural voices who are wondering, is this what we've come to? Awarding influence instead of impact? And through all this, radio silence from Meghan's team. No press statements, no explanation, just polished Instagram posts and carefully cropped photos. That silence? It's deafening because it hints at something her PR machine doesn't want to admit. This event isn't landing the way they planned. Instead of applause, they're getting awkward laughter, open skepticism, and a growing pile of memes. But the real issue isn't just this one gala, it's what it represents. A post-royal strategy that seems obsessed with optics and allergic to substance. Meghan's podcast, one season, then vanished. Her children's book quietly came and went. Her Netflix specials, barely a ripple. And now, the gala that was meant to mark a triumphant return to public life has turned into a high-priced joke. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Jon Stewart's roast went viral, and the ripple effect was brutal. Podcasts, panel shows, even late-night hosts who normally avoid royal drama jumped into the fray. The jokes practically wrote themselves. A museum about dinosaurs giving an award to someone better known for brand partnerships than scientific discovery. Some users even renamed the gala the Night of Blunder. But this wasn't just cheap comedy. It reflected something deeper. A cultural fatigue, a collective eye roll at celebrity activism being treated like real, hard-earned achievement. Because here's the thing, Meghan Markle's entire public persona has always danced on the line between inspiration and illusion. On paper, she's done it all. Actress, duchess, podcaster, philanthropist. But when you zoom in, those titles begin to blur. Projects announced with fanfare slowly fade into silence. Initiatives promised with passion are rarely followed by measurable results. It's like watching someone build a house of cards with PR headlines and photo ops instead of bricks made of real impact. even her much-hyped bonus episode podcast with Tina Knowles. Yes, Beyoncé's mom didn't help. It was supposed to amplify Meghan's image as a woman of legacy and leadership. But instead, it came across as overly polished, strangely vague, and more concerned with name-dropping than substance. If anything, it added more confusion to an already messy rollout, because when you're caught in a media storm, the last thing people want is another glossy soundbite. They want answers, they want authenticity, they want receipts. But let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about Meghan. It's about the institutions that keep propping up celebrity over substance. Museums, award shows, even nonprofits, desperate to stay relevant, often choosing headline value over meaningful contribution. It's not just a bad look, it's a betrayal. A betrayal of the people who support these institutions, believing they stand for something real. And when a place like the Natural History Museum trades credibility for clout, it's not just Meghan's image that takes a hit. It's the mission of the entire organization. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, insiders report that even some staff and longtime donors are disillusioned. This wasn't what they signed up for. They didn't want to bankroll a Hollywood spectacle. They wanted to support education, science, conservation. But now they're seeing their beloved institution entangled in a celebrity drama it never needed, and they're speaking out. And that brings us back to Meghan's big speech. If her past appearances are any indication, expect plenty of phrases like healing, equity, and amplifying voices. But don't expect a clear point, because the formula is familiar by now. Say something broad enough to sound profound, but vague enough to avoid scrutiny. That kind of performance might work at a branding seminar, but not at a $250,000 table gala where people expect inspiration, not ambiguity. So here we are, days before the big night, and the silence from Meghan's camp is louder than ever. No press circuit, no live interviews, just aesthetic Instagram shots and radio silence. Maybe it's strategy. Or maybe, deep down, they know. They know this isn't a moment of triumph. It's another reminder that the empire of image only lasts so long when it isn't built on something solid. And that's the crux of it. Meghan Markle isn't being criticized because she failed. She's being criticized because she keeps skipping. The part in between. The work. The follow-through. The quiet consistency that earns you respect over time. This gala could have changed that narrative. It could have marked a turning point. Instead, it's become the latest symbol of what many see as her biggest flaw, the gap between what she says and what she shows. And the public? They're catching on. They're no longer satisfied with buzzwords and brand deals. They want substance, action, transparency. Meghan doesn't need another title or another award. What she needs is time. Time to step back from the spotlight and do the one thing that can't be faked: the work. The truth? It's not too late. The criticism may be harsh, but it's rooted in something surprisingly hopeful. People still want to believe in Meghan. They want her to be the woman she promised to become. But belief requires proof, not one-off podcast, episodes, or headline-chasing speeches. Real proof. Measurable, lasting impact. The kind that can't be bought with a sponsorship table or washed away with an Instagram filter. If Meghan wants to reclaim her legacy, the path forward isn't glamorous, but it is clear. Pick one cause, one mission, commit to it, not for 6 months, not for a season, for real. Then let the results speak, not the press releases. That's how trust is earned. That's how legacies are built. Because in the end, it's not the gowns or the gala invitations that define you. It's what you do when no one's watching. And if Meghan Markle wants the world to stop laughing and start believing again, she'll have to show up for the work, not just the spotlight. And if you want to keep uncovering the stories behind the headlines, the truth behind the glamour, and the drama that others are too afraid to expose, make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't miss what's coming next.